Hello, everyone. My name is Genesis Ocampo, and I will be performing a funny skit from the comedy movie Grown Ups. This movie was written by Adam Sandler and Fred Wolf. The film is about five childhood friends who end up reuniting a year later after their old basketball coaches pass away. What was supposed to be a beautiful memorial turned into a crazy weekend full of chaos, dad jokes, and also having the realization that being an adult doesn't mean you have to stop having fun or being a goofball. The theme of this film is about friendship, growing up, and remembering that laughter and friends is what keeps us adult. That even with life, bills, and back pain tries to step in the way, you should say otherwise. The first scene is the narrator. The story starts with the 4th of July weekend. Five best friends since middle school, Lenny, Eric, Kurt, Marcus, and Rob, finally get together once again. They all have families now, jobs, responsibilities. However, the second they're back in the same room, it's like being kids all over again, back in middle school. Lenny is more like the calm dad. All right, guys, I rented this lake house for the weekend so we can chill, reconnect, and maybe act like civilized adults for once. Eric, goofy, loud dad. Civilized, dude, I sneezed this morning and pulled a muscle in my neck. My body is officially on strike. Kirk, the sarcastic dad. Man, you know you're getting old when your back hurts from sleeping. Marcus, the cocky and playful dad. Speak for yourself. I still party every weekend. Rob, the dramatic dad. Your version of partying is crying over your ex while eating microwave lasagna. And then Marcus, hey, that was one time and it was homemade, kind of. The second scene starts at the lake house and ends up at a water park. The narrator. All five of the guys take their families to the lake, and immediately chaos begins. The kids with their iPads, the moms on the lawn chairs, and the five grown men trying to prove that they still got it. Lenny screaming, all right, water slide race, the winner gets bragging rights. Eric, I'm in as long as there's pizza at the bottom. Kurt, yeah, and maybe a medic. He pretends to go off the slide and falls on his arm. And then the narrator laughing. They even end up crashing into each other halfway down the slide. It's described as a pile of midlife crisis in swim trunks. And then third scene is back at the lake house. Rob, spiritual dad, guys, let's take a moment to connect with nature. Feel the earth, breathe in the air. Marcus mocking Rob, dude, the only thing I feel is this rock under my foot. Eric, and the air smells like burnt hot dogs. Lenny, seriously, who trusted Kevin with the grill again? Then the fourth scene is still at the lake house and the nighttime. Then later that night, they sit around the campfire. The kids are finally asleep. The stars are out, looking pretty, and for the first time all weekend, it's quiet. No kids, no noise, no grandma screaming, no dog barking, just five guys. Kurt thinking back. Remember when we thought growing up meant doing whatever we wanted? Eric, yeah. Now I get excited when I find a good coupon for laundry detergent. Marcus, I miss those days when our biggest problem was running out of arcade tokens. Rob softly. Our coach would have loved to see us together. Again. He's always said friendship was a real championship. Lenny cheesing. He was right. We may be older, but some things, like laughing at each other, never change. Then the fifth scene. The next morning, the sun still rises. The kids wake up everyone at 6 a.m. and somehow, despite their backs being sore, spilled coffees and missing shoes, they all headed back to the lake, ready to make fools of themselves once again. Lenny, all right, boys, one more round of basketball. The winner takes eternity glory. Kurt, eternal glory? My knees can't even take 5 minutes. Eric, breathless. If I pass out, tell my wife I love her and I hid the good snacks in the garage. Narrator smiling to the audience. By the end of their long weekend at the lake house, the boys finally realized something simple. That growing up doesn't mean growing apart. It just means that they have to just keep learning how to laugh through the hard stuff together and not separate, but together. Overall, this film teaches us that we are all grown ups now, But if getting older means we get to laugh more with our friends and share those embarrassing moments, I'll take that any day. Thank you.